Oh yeah, the greatest anime is back, baby!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
You heard that right, folks. The greatest anime of all time has finally returned to your streaming services such as Funimation, Crunchyroll, and of course you have your other online options. Now, just like most of you, well, all of you actually, if you're Attack on Titan fans, I was waiting for Sunday for the longest since the late afternoon. But you know, I couldn't watch the show until like late at night, at least for me, because the amount of people who are anticipating the show to return freaking crashed the Crunchyroll website, which was expected. I mean, it happened the other time when the first episode of season 4, the final season, was released in streaming services and broke the internet and crashed the Crunchyroll website, of course. And let me just tell you, this episode did not disappoint. Like, the way this episode was animated and done based on the manga totally blew my mind. It totally did. It blew away my expectations, especially when I'm a manga reader, so I know what was expected and what's going to happen. And Studio Mappa did stood up though this episode, as you could tell. And my god, do not get me started on the new opening and ending for the second half of the season. Now granted, unlike the previous openings of this anime, this opening shows a lot of manga spoilers, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna get too deep into it on every detail. However, the visuals were so good, especially the song. Now personally, I'm not much of a heavy metal fan, but damn, this song, it served this opening justice. As of now, in my opinion, I'll say that this opening is way better than My War, the last opening of Attack on Titan. Don't get me wrong, when it was released, it was very good, and I like the song choice, especially how they went with the opening visually without showing any really manga spoilers at all. But there was some symbolism and foreshadowing in the My War opening. But anyways, this new opening really blew my mind. Speaking of new opening, let's talk about the new closing for the second half of the 4th season. And my god, it's just as glorious as the opening itself, really. As you see Eren Yeetger going through phases of his life, through the fields, through the grass fields and ruined buildings, and then towards the end, a fully grown Eren Yeetger disappeared in the wind, just like the Avatar. I think it's possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Attack on Titan ending of all time. The second choice of my previous favorite ending would have to be the one with Astoria's theme, played by Link Horizon. And now let's talk about the juicy part of the new episode, which is the episode itself. The raid from Marley to Paradise Island was executed perfectly, and really you could tell how technology advanced Marley is compared to Paradise Island, which is obvious because it's an isolated island away from the mainland where the rest of humanity is. And while we see the rebels of Paradise Island, aka the Jaegerists, do have the home advantage because they know the island. However, despite whatever they have on them, like the Thunder Spears and their ODM gear, it was no match against Marley's soldiers, who outnumbered them, had war tanks, had superior rifles, and even had an area advantage in the sky with those battle blimps. When the Marley soldiers attacked the Jaegerists, my god, the Jaegers were literally sitting ducks. They were outgunned, outmanned, and even unable to move from the air, as the battle blimps had machine guns and mowed them down in the tens and the hundreds. It was a literal bloodbath. Like, you saw bodies dropping down from the roofs of the houses, dropping like flies, and the streets were full of blood and corpses of the fallen Jaegerists by the large numbers. It was a total massacre. I can't perfectly describe it, like, you had to watch it yourself. Marley going in, guns blazing. It was a legit overkill. Against the Jaegers, it was like rat-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta, rat-ta-ta-ta. Okay, anyways, the other part when we finally get a rematch between Eren and Reiner since the battle of Marley, it was a very good fight, well animated, and Eren stood his guard against Reiner, and not only Reiner but also against Galliard. And let me just tell you, that Warhammer Titan that Eren took really was a battle decider between the three. And then while all that was going on, we see Eren's friends still trapped in the prison until Oyen Capone freed all of them from their prison cell. Doing so was a risky move, since the one in charge of the volunteers could have shot him right there in the head with her pistol. There was a feud between Connie and Owen Capone for a quick second or so, as Connie was ranting Admiral Capone of the current events that were happening, including bringing up the past that led to everything that's going on right now. And then he rants about that he wants to have kids one day, and blames the volunteer on what's going on, especially handing out the equalization plan, which when it happens, all the aliens will lose their abilities to reproduce and have kids, as they're subjects of Ymir, and as we all know, the subjects of Ymir can turn into titans. And if this plan is true, it will pretty much end the Titan dominance, as all of humanity have feared since World Forever. And then we have Armin here, who broke up the fight between Owen Capone and Connie. Pretty much since everyone made amends, everyone devises a plan on how to get out of there and what to do once they get out and face Eren. And then Mikasa was there as Armin asks her if she's avoided in stopping Eren. She replies saying yes, but doesn't reply in a confident manner. And with that, things just keep hitting the fan. However, the episode ends there. And not gonna lie to you all, While watching this episode, you guys thought that the episode was short and ended quickly, but I don't know, probably overthinking it a little bit. I was simply watching the episode and living the moment. Either way, it was a great episode and I loved every aspect of it. And can't wait until next week, next Sunday, to watch a new episode. Seeing the preview for next episode, things are just going to get much chaotic, especially in the Yelena's case, as the world is pretty much crumbling down in front of her. But yeah, until then, we see what happens in the next episode and see y'all later. A-Kip is leaving the building.